Have you ever paused and asked yourself, what small change could I make today that truly honors the wisdom and strength I've gained over 6 decades? As you step into your 60s and beyond, your heart, your incredible engine of life, deserves a daily gesture of care. In this video, you'll discover one simple yet powerful habit that, when woven into your everyday routine, can support your heart's health, boost your circulation, and give you more energy for the moments you cherish most. Stay with me, and you'll learn how this habit can become the foundation of a stronger, healthier you. The power of your morning minutes. From the very first light of day, you hold the chance to speak directly to your heart in the gentlest, most nurturing way. That's why carving out just 20 to 30 minutes each morning for a purposeful activity can ripple through every chamber of your heart. Think of these minutes as a gift to yourself, an invitation to move, breathe, and honor all you've learned over the years. When you rise and step into this morning ritual, you're not signing up for a marathon or expensive equipment. You're simply giving your heart the wake-up call it deserves. Over time, research shows that modest, consistent movement can help your heart pump more efficiently, supporting clear, steady circulation. In plain terms, better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients delivered to every cell in your body, so you feel more alert, more energized, and more alive. You might wonder, is 20 minutes really enough? Consider the story of Mr. Thompson, a retired school teacher who discovered this habit almost by accident. At first, he set out with his camera to capture early morning dew on rose petals. But he found himself walking, slowly, mindfully, along his garden path. Within weeks, he noticed his ankles were less swollen after a busy day, and climbing his front steps felt easier. His doctor's monthly blood pressure check even crept down into a safer range, all without any new medications. There's a reason these minutes work so well. Gentle movement signals to your blood vessels that they need to stay flexible, able to open and close just the right amount as blood flows through. Think of your arteries as garden hoses. If they stay supple, water, or in this case blood, flows smoothly. If they become stiff, pressure builds up, and your heart has to work harder. By choosing daily movement, you're encouraging those hoses to stay stretchy and smooth. Beyond the physical, those morning minutes carry a calming invitation. You may choose to walk, practice simple stretches, or sit quietly and focus on deep, steady breathing. Each breath in fills you with fresh air. Each breath out lets go of tension. In doing so, you gently lower stress hormone levels, like cortisol, which in excess can quietly raise blood pressure and tighten your blood vessels. By tuning in to your breath, you're also tuning out the worries that often crowd our minds. As you make these minutes your own, notice the small joys, the chirp of birds, the blur of tree branches swaying, or the warmth of a favorite sweater against your skin. These sensory details ground you in the moment and remind you why you're doing this. For your health? Yes, but also for your peace of mind. So tomorrow, when dawn peeks through your window, remember, those morning minutes are more than time passed. They're time invested. With each gentle step or inhale, you're sending a message to your heart. I value you, and I will care for you today. 2. How consistency builds. Cardiovascular strength. Consistency, showing up day after day, is the secret ingredient that transforms a simple habit into a lifelong gift for your heart. You might think that occasional bursts of activity are enough, but steady, repeated effort creates the most lasting change. Imagine building a brick wall. One brick here, one brick there, and before you know it, you have something solid and enduring. When you engage in your chosen habit, whether it's walking, gentle stretching, or mindful breathing, your heart adapts. Each session nudges your heart muscle to contract a little more forcefully and efficiently. Over weeks, that efficiency grows into strength. Your heart pumps a greater volume of blood with each beat, so it doesn't have to work as hard at rest. You may even notice your resting heart rate slowing slightly, a sign that your cardiovascular system is growing stronger. Mrs. Alvarez, an avid gardener in her early 70s, saw this firsthand. After committing to her 20-minute morning strolls around her neighborhood, she discovered she could kneel to tend her rose bushes without that familiar tightness in her chest. Her doctor explained that regular movement had helped widen her small blood vessels, the capillaries, so more blood reached her hands and feet. That meant less fatigue, less swelling, and more joy in her beloved hobby. Consistency also teaches your blood vessels to remain flexible. Just like bending a new branch gently over time makes it more pliable, gentle daily movement keeps your arteries soft. When your arteries can expand with each heartbeat, blood flows smoothly and pressure stays in a healthy range. That reduces the risk of high blood pressure, sometimes called the silent killer, because it can sneak up without obvious symptoms. Another key benefit of consistency is its effect on cholesterol. By moving every day, you help raise your good cholesterol, substances in your blood that sweep away harmful, fatty deposits before they can clog your arteries. At the same time, you encourage the breakdown of bad cholesterol that can build up and lead to blockages. These shifts in your blood-fat balance make your heart's job easier over the long haul. Consistency also builds confidence. Each day, you honor your habit, you're affirming your strength and wisdom. Yes, I can do this. That self-assurance carries over into other areas of life. You may find it easier to stick to healthy meal choices or feel more motivated to connect with friends and family. Your heart habit becomes a cornerstone, a gentle reminder that taking care of yourself is both possible and rewarding. Of course, life brings challenges. A rainy morning, an early doctor's appointment, a family visit. On days when your routine is interrupted, view it not as failure, but as a pause. Resume the next day, even if it's just 10 minutes. That small restart keeps the momentum alive. So remember, repetition is your ally. With each day you commit, you strengthen your heart physically and emotionally. Over time, you'll look back in amazement at how those consistent moments added up to a healthier, more resilient you. Real stories, from tentative steps to renewed vitality. Stories have a way of lighting the path when we're unsure where to begin. Let me share a few real-life journeys of people just like you, whose steady, daily habit turned into a source of renewed energy and joy. I once read about Mr. Chen, a retired engineer who struggled with midday fatigue and occasional shortness of breath when climbing his stairs. At his doctor's suggestion, he began a simple plan. Walk around his apartment building at a comfortable pace for 15 minutes each morning. He paired this with taking 3 deep, mindful breaths at the halfway point, breaths that filled his lungs fully and emptied any tension. Within a month, he noticed he could carry groceries up 2 flights without pausing. His doctor smiled, calling it a remarkable testament to the power of small, consistent actions. Then there's Mrs. Davis, a former librarian whose back pain often kept her seated for long stretches. She hesitated to start walking, fearing discomfort. But she decided to begin with a seated warm-up. Gentle leg lifts and arm reaches. After a week, she added 5 minutes of standing balance exercises. Before long, she felt strong enough to take a brief walk around her living room, led by a favorite radio program. 6 weeks later, she walked outside for 10 minutes. She said it felt like rediscovering a piece of herself she thought was lost to age. And consider Captain Lewis, an 82-year-old Navy veteran who loved storytelling but worried about his memory lapses. At his cardiologist's recommendation, he took up brisk morning strolls along the seawall near his home. Soon he found the rhythm of his steps helped him recall lines from old sea shanties and recount tales to his grandchildren with clarity. His improved circulation, he believed, was tied to a sharper mind, a reminder that a healthy heart supports every part of you, including your precious memories. These stories share common threads: gentle beginnings, small wins, and an ongoing commitment. None of these individuals woke up one day able to run marathons. Instead, they practiced consistency, listened to their bodies, and celebrated each milestone. Fewer aches, more stamina, clearer thoughts. What might your story look like? Perhaps you dream of walking to your favorite park bench without feeling winded, or playing catch with your grandchildren in the yard. Maybe you simply long for more energy to tackle daily to-dos without that heavy feeling in your chest. Whatever your goal, remember that every journey starts with a single step, one you have the power to take today. By witnessing others' successes, you gain permission to believe in your own potential. You may face doubts. Will this really work for me? That question is normal. The answer lies in your willingness to begin, adjust, and persist. So, take heart in these examples. Let them inspire you, not intimidate you. Your story is waiting to unfold, one gentle step at a time. Tips to make this habit. Stick, rain, or shine. Turning a good intention into a lifelong practice often calls for a few thoughtful strategies. Here are practical, heart-centered tips to help you seamlessly weave this daily habit into your life, regardless of the weather, schedule, or mood. Anchor it to an existing routine. Pair your heart-healthy habit with something you already do every morning, perhaps your cup of tea or brushing your teeth. After you finish that familiar step, move immediately into your 20 to 30-minute activity. This habit stacking ties the new action to a reliable cue, making it easier to remember. Prepare the night before. Before bed, lay out comfortable shoes, a light jacket, or any simple props you might need, like a yoga mat or resistance band. Seeing these items first thing in the morning nudges you to follow through, removing excuses like, "I can't find my walking shoes." Vary your scenery. Even if you prefer walking, try different routes. A shaded park path one day, a quiet neighborhood loop the next. If rain or cold keeps you indoors, walk in place with your favorite music, or follow an easy chair-based routine while watching a nature documentary. Fresh views and gentle surprises keep the habit from growing stale. Track your progress. Use a simple notebook or free app to jot down what you did each day. Duration, how you felt, and one thing you appreciated, like a neighbor's wave or a blooming flower. Celebrating small victories sustains motivation and reminds you of your growing commitment. Enlist a companion. Invite a friend, family member, or neighbor to join you. Having a walking buddy adds accountability and companionship. If no one is available, consider virtual check-ins. Share your daily plan with a friend over text, then report back at day's end. A sense of shared purpose can be incredibly motivating. Set flexible goals. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes, but allow yourself to adjust. On busy or low-energy days, even 10 minutes counts. On days when you feel strong, extend your time or intensity. Flexibility keeps you from feeling like you've failed on tougher days. Reward yourself. After a week of consistency, treat yourself to something simple and meaningful. A favorite audiobook, a new potted plant, or a relaxing soak in the tub. Rewards reinforce positive behavior and remind you to celebrate your care for yourself. Listen to your body. Pay attention to signals like mild fatigue or soreness. Gentle stretching before and after your routine can help prevent stiffness. If you ever experience chest discomfort, dizziness, or sharp pain, pause and consult your healthcare provider. Safety always comes first. Keep the why in view. Write your personal reasons on an index card. Improved energy, more quality time with loved ones, peace of mind, and place it where you'll see it each morning. Revisiting your motivation strengthens your resolve when the alarm feels too early or the weather feels too cold. By blending these strategies, you're not just creating a routine, you're nurturing a ritual of self-care. Each tip is designed to honor your wisdom and adapt to your life, rather than forcing you into a one-size-fits-all plan. With a little creativity and kindness toward yourself, This habit can become as natural as a comforting morning ritual. Embracing a heart-healthy future. As you stand at the edge of a new chapter, later in life yet brimming with untapped potential. This daily habit offers more than physical benefits. It ushers in a mindset of empowerment, reminding you that every day is an opportunity to honor the heart that has carried you through decades of joys and challenges. Imagine looking back 6 months from today. Perhaps you're walking with greater ease, feeling a gentle warmth in your chest as blood flows freely, or noticing that your hands and feet no longer tingle with that occasional numbness. Maybe your laughter comes more readily, sustained by a steady rhythm of breath and circulation. These are not distant dreams. They are natural outcomes when you treat your heart as the precious partner it truly is. You may worry that starting now feels too late, but rest assured, your heart is remarkably responsive. Even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it adapts beautifully to the loving care you offer. Those morning minutes signal to your body that you value every beat, every pulse that carries life through you. Alongside your daily habit, continue to embrace other heart-friendly choices, a plate rich in colorful vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, laughter and connection with friends, moments of calm mindfulness. Each choice compounds the benefits of your routine, creating a tapestry of wellness that envelops body and mind. Remember Mrs. Patel's story from earlier. She began with just 10 minutes and built her way up, rediscovering her zest for gardening and family walks. Your journey may follow a similar arc. Tentative beginnings blossoming into confident strides. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small. Reduced fatigue, clearer thinking, a lighter step. These are worthy victories. As you move forward, invite gratitude into your practice. Perhaps you pause at sunrise, whispering thanks for another day. Maybe you take a moment to feel your heartbeat before stepping outside, marveling at its steadfast presence. These simple acknowledgments deepen your connection to yourself and reinforce the love behind your actions. And when doubts arise, if you skip a day or feel uncertain, extend yourself the same kindness you'd offer a dear friend. Gently guide yourself back, remembering that every sunrise brings a fresh chance to begin again. Your resilience, honed over 6 decades, equips you to embrace this habit with grace and patience. So today, commit once more to your heart's well-being. Lace up those shoes, roll out that mat, or settle into your favorite chair for 10 mindful breaths. With each choice, you're weaving a legacy of health and self-compassion that will carry you into tomorrow and beyond. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Your heart, strong and wise, deserves this daily promise of care. Here's to countless tomorrows filled with vitality, joy, and the unwavering rhythm of a well-tended heartbeat.